and here are 3.5 Idiots, and today we're going to begin our brand new NHL 15 series, St. Louis Blues GM mode, and we're going to try and take the St. Louis Blues to the Stanley Cup Finals and hopefully win. Probably going to do about 5 years for this first one, or we'll see when we get there how we feel. But today's episode is just going to be us going over the roster. So let's take a look at our contracts and see who we got on the books. We can start with goalies. That's the least amount of players. We have 3 goalies on the main roster. The best one's Brian Elliott, 85 overall at 29 years old. He's only at 2.5 million for the next 3 years, so very good contract for the player he is. Our backup, it's looking like, is Marty Brodeur, 42 years old. So this will probably be his last season. Very cheap contract. Don't even have to worry about that. And Jake Allen, might have to put him as the minor league starter to get him some playing time. He's got good potential and good age, and I want him to grow, so I think we should start him in the minors. Let's go to the minors, see what we got there. Ville Husso, he's good overall and could develop into a backup goalie. That's probably the best for him as a backup goalie, but he's not going to be a starter unless he jumps a lot. And below him, Jordan Binnington, he's not going to amount to much. So I think we should go with Elliott and Brodeur as our goalie tandem and have Allen in the minors. That's looking like the best option. Let me know if you think we should change that. Defenseman. We have our all-star defenseman right here, Alex Pietrangelo, 90 overall at 24 years old. 4.5 gold star for 6.5 for the next 6 years, I think. Yeah, 6 years. So we got him locked up for a while. He's going to be our rock on defense. We're probably going to have him for the whole commentary. His partner will probably be Kevin Shattenkirk, 25. 4.5 gold stars, 4.25 for the next 3 years. So we also have him locked up for most of this GM mode. Those two are probably going to be our top defensive pair for this whole GM mode. Jay Bouwmeester is a solid third guy to add into that. 88 overall as well for 30 years old. 5.4, but he's worth it for the next 5 years. Our fourth defenseman, Carl Gunnarsson, 3.15 for the next 2 years. That's doable. That's perfect. He can be partnered with Bouwmeester. And Ian Cole, he's only 25, so he can still grow a little bit. 82 overall, still on a two-way deal, or one-way, but very cheap. Barrett Jackman and Chris Butler, they're both older guys with depth, so probably Jackman will be our sixth defenseman and Butler will be in the minors. So look at the minors. We don't have many. This guy, these are all minor league depth. He might become like a fifth or sixth defenseman. Same thing with Vanelli, but all these other guys aren't going to do much. Alright, so I think this is a good top 6, and Butler will just send to the minors. Forwards now. We have a very good forward core as well. Our first line is probably going to look like Backus, Steen, and Oshie. You got a power forward, two-way forward, and two-way forward, so a very gritty first line. Put some goals in for it. Now, Backus and Steen are 30 years old, so they might not be around for this whole GM mode. Backus is on a good contract, and Steen, he's a little expensive, but we can handle it. Stastny, he's kind of the guy I see as the odd man out, because this looks like a good second line right here with Tarasenko, Berglund, and Schwartz. Stastny just doesn't fit in anywhere, and he's really expensive. So I think trading him might not be a bad idea for us, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I think our second line should be Tarasenko, Berglund, and Schwartz. 3 young guys who can blossom on the second line and very cheap contracts. So yeah, that's who I think our second line should be. So let me know what you think we should do with Stastny, because I really don't think he has a role on this team. Our third line, looking like Steve Ott would be the center. He's a good grinder, very cheap. PRV is a two-way forward. He can play on Ott's left wing, very cheap as well. And one of these guys, Maxime Leperrier, is a good grinder. Or Yuri Leterut provides him scoring maybe. Or Reeves, another grinder. Porter now. So one of these 3 will play with on the third line. I'm thinking Leterut, having Lapierre, Reeves, and Porter as our fourth line. But we do have a very good forward core. I think we should move Stastny, but let's see what we have in the minors. Frazier, he's an option as a fourth liner. Okay, here's our top prospects. Ty Ratty, 77 overall sniper. He'll be a future first or second liner. He's a solid sniper. Maybe in like 2 or 3 years he can be on our team. Same thing with Yaskin. So two good right wing snipers right here, young guys. They'll be definitely be on the team in the future. These guys are all depth. Oh, Ivan Barbashev. He can be a good second line center of the future. Already 70 overall at 18 years old. He's looking good. He'll be in the NHL in a couple of years. These guys are all depth. And Robbie Fabry, same thing with him. He could be a solid top six center in a few years. So yeah, we have four solid forward prospects, one or two okay defensive prospects, and Jake Allen's, if you want to count him as a prospect, our only goaltender prospect. So overall, we do have a solid team right off the bat. Really, there's really nowhere to improve, I guess you could say. Maybe getting a better third line, like putting two better wingers with Ott, but I think PRV and Lettera will work out just fine for now. Always pick someone up at the trade deadline, or get someone in the Stashny trade if we decide to move him. But I think that's all we're going to do today. There should be a shootout video coming up a little later. So yeah, leave in the comments what you think we should do with Stashny or any other improvements, and what you think of my ideas. Thanks for watching.